Welcome back to another episode of Chronicles of Rideshare Drivers, Toronto edition. Today's episode is titled The Passenger That Refused to Leave. If you've missed our past episodes, be sure to check them out on our YouTube channel, Duality Hub. Now, let's go. It started like any other afternoon unremarkable, the kind of day you barely remember after it's gone. The sun was gentle, glinting off windshields. I had my usual coffee breath, half a prayer on my lips, and that small hope every driver knows, let today be easy. The city moved in its rhythm horns, footsteps, chatter, everything in motion. Then came a pain, short ride, less than 3 kilometers. Easy money, right? She walked toward the car mid-30s, maybe white, sharp outfit, perfect posture. The type that looked like she spent her lunch break at a boardroom table. She opened the door, sat down, and gave a small, polite nod. I smiled back, shifted into drive, and thought nothing of it. The first few minutes were silent except for the hum of traffic and the faint clicking of her phone. She had that "don't talk to me" aura, the polite kind. Fine by me. Then, out of nowhere, the GPS froze. The little blue arrow just stopped moving. I tapped the screen, once, twice. Then a notification slid down like an unwelcome truth. Ride canceled. I frowned, glanced at the mirror. Hey, did you cancel your ride? Yes, she said, calm, clipped, without even looking up. Okay, so you'll have to exit, right? Because I can't keep driving if she cut me off without words, just stillness. Didn't move, didn't blink. Just sat there, scrolling on her phone like she was waiting for something else to happen. Ma'am, I said again, turning slightly. You canceled. I can't continue. Please step out. She lifted her eyes, voice sharp. You have to take me where I'm going. I stared at her, trying to make sense of it. But I don't even know where that is. When you canceled, I lost the destination. I can't just drive blind. And since it's canceled, I won't get paid. She folded her arms, leaned back, and said nothing. That's when my chest tightened. You ever feel that mix of confusion and disbelief? Like your brain is lagging behind reality? That was me. I tried, and polite, measured, patient. Nothing. And that silence, it felt louder than shouting. Then her voice came again, louder this time. You have to take me. At that point, my professionalism was fighting my humanity. Because how do you reason with someone whose decided reason doesn't apply? I explained about gas, insurance, wear and tear, every cost that comes out of my pocket. She just stared out the window like she couldn't hear me. That's when I wondered if something was wrong, really wrong. Maybe she was having a breakdown. Maybe I'd picked up someone who wasn't okay. Still, what was I supposed to do? Then ping, new ride. XL, 5 passengers. Nearly $70? I looked at the mirror. Please. I have another pickup. I really need to go. She didn't even blink. I sighed. Drove to the next pickup spot anyway, thinking maybe, just maybe, she'd step out once we got there. But when we arrived, she stayed put. The new passengers saw her through the window, hesitated, and backed off. Is she with you? One of them asked. No, she's just leaving, I said quickly. Except she wasn't. They exchanged a look that said, nope, we're not touching that mess, and canceled, walked away. And just like that $70 gone, I could feel the angering now. My throat tight, my patience threadbare. I turned, looked her dead in the eye. Ma'am, please, this is not okay. You canceled. I need you to leave. She looked right through me, eyes glassy, and said nothing. I called Uber support. My voice was half steady, half shaking. They listened, paused, and said, Sir, you should call the police. It hit me like a brick. The last thing I wanted during my workday was to involve the police, but I was out of options. So I did, and as soon as I dialed 911, I swear, it was like flipping a switch. She bolted. Door flew open. Her heel caught the bumper. Crack. And then she ran. I got out, heart hammering. There was a dent, scratches. Unbelievable, I muttered under my breath. By the time the cops came, she was long gone. They took notes, took pictures, nodded sympathetically. It was just another call for them, but for me, it was my day's sweat gone up in smoke. Uber promised compensation. When it came, it was less than half of what it cost to fix. $487 down to. Crumbs. The next day at the mechanic, I sat there, hands clasped, eyes tired. The smell of oil and metal filled the air. I watched the clock tick. Each second felt like a reminder that time really is money. And as the car got fixed, I kept replaying it, the ride, her silence, the madness of it all. How one simple afternoon had turned into a test of everything I thought I'd have mastered. Patience, faith, composure. Later that evening, I got back on the road. The sky was dimming, painted gold and blue. My reflection on the windshield looked older somehow, not in years, but in experience. I started thinking about her, about people, about how much we never really see. Maybe she'd had a horrible day. Maybe she was lost in her own storm. Or maybe she just didn't care. But that is the thing about this job. You don't get to pick the kind of humanity you meet. You just meet it. Every flavor of it. And somewhere between the frustration and the chaos, I found something small but steady. A lesson. Patience I send to you about smiling when things are easy is about breathing when life makes no sense. That day cost me money, time, and peace, but it gave me perspective. The world doesn't owe you calm. People will test you, misunderstand you, or flat out mistreat you. My job is to stay grounded in who you are, even when the road gets wild. So now, when I pick up passengers, I whisper a quiet prayer before each ride. Lord, give me grace for whatever this next human brings. Because if there's one thing I know for sure in this life, the storm always passes. You just have to keep driving through it. That day taught me more than I expected. Not about cars or apps, but about people. We all carry invisible weight. Some handle it quietly, others not so much. What I've learned as a driver and as a human is this: your peace is yours to guard. Don't let a stranger's storm drown your own calm. Some rides end in laughter, some end in silence, and the unforgettable few end with a dent on your bumper and a story that stays with you. But through it all, you keep going, because that's life. You keep driving. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more stories from the road. Let us know what you think in the comments section. Until next time, drive safe.